after we've lost everything, we're free to do anything.
Oh, no, whenever you would stay my baby, I know that my mother would never. Raise up, step my back.
Women always want to know, how does a guy separate a woman from the fun category or the relationship category, right? What I'm about to say, personal opinion. Ladies, you can do whatever you want, no judgment. Fun. You go on that bio, you see an OF account, instantly, fun. Or you go through her page and she has too many provocative pictures. Now, if you're being sponsored by companies and this is how you provide your life, like you model for real, all right, we can have that conversation. But if you just freely posting your bikini pictures, you know, super small top, super small bottom, pretty much dental flossed in, I cherish my woman's body. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want every guy to know what your booty looks like. I don't want them to be able to be like, yeah, she has stretch marks on her left booty cheek. Or the lingerie photos. I think those are super private, super intimate, and I don't want to share that with the world.
And that's about it. Cornball. What don't you get?
Trying to take care of this man's child and this man's daughter and this man's son, when that's not even your son, that's not even your daughter, that's not even your blood, G. So the kids ain't gonna respect you, she ain't gonna respect you, and soon as baby daddy is done serving his time, or soon as baby daddy is ready to work on himself and ready to prove himself back to his girl, back to his baby mama who is the imprint, you gone.
Women in the modern society are masters of chaos, man. They're destroyers of peace. They don't like peace. Here's this man living on an island that is totally sheltered from hurricanes and tornadoes and all of that. And here comes this woman. Hurricane Katrina Part 18. Comes through, tears up everything on an island that's never even been touched by a strong wind. This is what you risk when you get yourself into a modern, legal marriage.
Here's the thing, I've been in a toxic relationship before. I never did the crazy shit I see a lot of these girls do on social media. That's a choice.
Everyone reacts differently.
Yeah, I know, but that's a choice. That's who you are. That shows a lack of character if that's how you react.
But you don't know how much
you're not a child. Like you're a grown adult who makes decisions.
What truly are y'all good for? Y'all aren't even building. Y'all aren't going to war.
This Jew alfalfa low girl and her friend are dangerous as fuck. They be sitting on the internet all day talking about how men are violent and toxic, but she's sitting there laughing with her like little kids about men not going to war, trying to call them soft. Like y'all want more innocent people to die. Y'all want to see bloodshed, but we got to get rid of toxic masculinity though, huh? What are men good for? Being in their kid's life. It ain't rocket science. I don't know why you asking this question. Men don't build. Get in your car and try to drive 10 minutes without seeing men build some shit. Can't happen. What are you really saying? How do these people get millions of followers spreading misinformation? But people like me get banned for calling them out. Trying to put an end to the bullshit.
In reality, has my girl gone out, and talked to other men while like one of her friends is talking to somebody else? Yes. I think so. Like, I think it'd be very naive of me to think like that. My girl.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think dudes that say that to themselves are just lying to themselves because it makes you feel better.
We don't need each other today. The whole reason people paired up back in the day was for survival, right? But we live in a modernized society now where we don't need each other for survival, right? It's not like, like you said, if a burglar comes in, you're calling the police, right? And all of this. So
men need women.
I just
wait, actually, I have a question. What does a guy get from a woman that he couldn't get from a cook, a cleaner, and a hooker?
Fuck all.
Probably.
Guys, please understand that a woman has no problem dropping a guy on a dime if she doesn't respect him. So if you feel like your girlfriend or your wife is disrespectful to you, please understand that there will come that moment when it's maybe one big thing, but maybe just one little thing, she will be able to drop you like this. Someone in my life recently, somebody dear to me, let go of a man, which in my opinion, she really needs in her life right now. She was able to drop him because she never respected him. And this was very obvious to all our circle of friends, and it happened pretty much from day one. So never tolerate disrespect, or if you do, please understand that that's not a woman you can keep.
If you see an old lady walking down the street and she got a bunch of bags in her hand, right? Would you help her to the house?
Why wouldn't I?
If you see a man walking down the street with a bunch of bags in his hand,
An
you gonna help
old
him?
man?
Nah, just a man, a strong
But
man.
you said an old woman.
I'm gonna get to my point. Would you help him?
If it was an old man?
If it's an old
No.
older
A regular man like me, anybody here saying
No,
you're
because
not
you
gonna help her,
healthy
right?
and 10
All right.
times alive and you stronger than I am.
Right. So when somebody portrays strong energy, it makes it feel like they don't need any help. So why would you help that person?
I need
Females
you
are
to do
females are
this. I
portraying
need you.
masculine
I need
energy.
you.
This right here is why the men of today don't have the masculine characteristics to have a family, provide for a family, be a man of value. This is why men right here have social anxiety. This picture right here is exactly why men are addicted to dirty websites. This is how you've been programmed. This picture pissed me off because the only way to get ahead is you have to actually look at what adult life looks like, and you have to actually be willing to take on competency skills. So one of the things that I had to do when I was first building my business and building my brand is I had to humble myself, and I had to tell myself, hey, I don't know a whole lot of anything, and that's okay, because I'm still going to try.
Said it. The more clout a girl has, the worse your relationship is gonna be.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like a biased asshole or whatever, but the reality is, anytime I've dated a girl that has a large following, a girl that's an influencer, a girl that monetizes the way that she looks, whether it's she's a model or she's big on social media, it almost never works, man, because there's a couple things working against you. Well, number one, she's getting an abundance of attention from men, and whenever girls get an abundance of attention from men, they typically don't behave very well. Number two, she thinks that you're replaceable. Okay, she starts to overvalue herself, and she doesn't realize, because women have this very bad habit of conflating sexual attention with potential relationship attention, and they don't realize that guys are going to say and do anything to go ahead and get sex from them, to include promising some type of long-term relationship or flying them out or whatever.
And so is there any accountability to the
They're a
men
single
that
mom
left that
because their
family?
opinion is more important than being with the person that they had kids with.
What do you mean by that?
Just think about how many women grow up the kids grow up just with their mom. Like if you really think about the statistics with that, something is really wrong. And when you think about what's wrong, why isn't the man in the house? The government is part of it because they give the women tools against the man, but don't.
Why she let that broke dude smash? I'm gonna tell you why she let that broke dude smash. That broke dude probably had game, bro. That simple. He probably had game. What separates you from other dudes in your bracket? Charisma and personality. A lot of dudes be like, damn, she let that broke dude smash. That broke dude had game, bro. I'm gonna tell you that. See, a lot of dudes think they can flex their money, buy a girl a lot of expensive things, and think she's gonna sleep with them, right? Some girls don't give a fuck about your money, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. Instead of hating on the broke dude who's smashing the girl you wanna smash, learn some game, bro. Work on yourself. Learn some charisma. Learn some personality. That jealousy shit is whack, bro. Keeping it real.
I feel like a girl who has a high body count has no self-respect for herself, so just let anybody hit it with streets. Yeah.
Damn, she's.
Your girlfriend of 4 years is not who you think she is exactly what the coworker told me, and I'll never forget it. But basically, she told me because that coworker and my ex-girlfriend were very close friends through college and when they were both engineers at Apple. And so they had some sort of spat, some girl drama that went down, and as a means of revenge, the coworker ended up telling me because she knew I would end the relationship immediately.
Oftentimes, the quiet one is the alpha.
See, it is hilarious to me how many women under these comments just making fun of men who don't have these things, right? Like, we don't know you sleeping on an air mattress and don't got no furniture. But as soon as we say your weave stink and 75 bodies is like too much to be taken serious, then it turned to we hate women. Young men, especially in your 20s, understand this. All right, most of America don't got these things, and that's coming from VP of a mortgage company. But you did wrong if you sitting on your ass not trying to make it happen. Ignore the because they don't got it figured out.
But then we can talk about, okay, like, let's get real. Like, women couldn't vote. Women couldn't have jobs.
Right.
Black people were seen as literally inhumane.
Right.
And so, you know, if we took that mindset back to where we were then, black people weren't human.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Kit, you would not be sat here with us because you would not be. You would not. Yeah.
Wait, I'm just a little confused. What is that? Like, what is it? I'm just confused. What did that have to do with what we were talking about?
Wouldn't lie, this is probably one of the easiest generation of poor girls, bro. If you're not getting no girls, I ain't gonna lie, you just suck. A girl will literally let you bun simply based off the fact that you smoke, you got tats, you got a car, you can dress. Bro, it's too easy, bro. So if you're not getting no hoes, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You need to just die.
No, single men, why are you don't pursue anymore?
So there's two main reasons that come to mind. First, a lot of guys don't want to come off as creepy or offend a woman. And second, women nowadays are really bad at giving indicators of interest. For example, a woman will see a man that she's interested in and she'll look at him and then go back about her business. And she'll think since she looked at the man that was enough of an indicator for him to know that she was interested in him. Now, from the man's point of view, he might have just walked into a cafe, saw a woman that was sitting there doing something. She looked at him and then she went back to her business. So he'll think either one, she's not interested in him since she went back to whatever it is that she's doing, or two, she may or may not be interested in him, and he's oftentimes he won't be sure if he should talk to her or not. So if you're a woman who does that, make it easy for the guy. Look at him, give him a prolonged stare, and smile. Let him know the water's warm. You're friendly to talk to.
Limits that have been put on women historically, like the fact that not too long ago we were just allowed to like start voting. Even today, like the wage gap, just all types of stuff, like women just don't have a lot of rights that are just, it should have nothing to do with what gender we are to be able to be paid equally or just be treated with respect. So, yeah.
I do believe that, of course, there are biological differences between men and women. And of course, there should also be legal equality. Of course, I disagree with the idea that women face systemic discrimination. You just mentioned the wage gap, which has been debunked so many times. Well, it's not obviously something that I have personal experience with, but only 1% of all people on the death row are women in this country. So when women and men commit identical crimes, women are much more likely to, for example, escape the death penalty. And that's just plain sex-based discrimination.
That I agree on. What do you need a whole men's rights activism movement for? I'm sincerely confused.
I think some of the things that you guys are touching on, such as the court system and gender roles, are a subject of patriarchy. And that's part of what women are trying to dismantle, is those traditional gender roles.
Are there any feminist organizations that have done anything, for example, to challenge bias against men and fathers in the family court system?
Absolutely.
Can you please give me a list of feminist advocacy organizations that have engaged in any meaningful advocacy to address those issues? Because there are actually none.
Okay. I know that you came with your little research or whatever. I didn't come with a list of like feminist organizations, but I know actively that there are women's organizations that are trying to dismantle those inequalities.
Just one name, just one
Again, I
organization.
didn't come with a list, my dude.
There are no such organizations. Do you also feel like you have an ethical obligation to challenge other women or other feminists when, for example, they deny that men face discrimination? I do feel empathy for your personal experience, but I cannot sympathize with your ideological position because that ideological position is built on a fallacy, and that fallacy is actually causing very real consequences for men as a class in this country. So I understand that you are here with us as kind of the good feminist, so to speak, that you feel empathy for men, and I believe you, but I do not believe your movement, and I do not believe your ideology.